everybody and welcome to this video on the use of the dash within your writing. If you've watched any of my other videos, then I'm sure you've heard me say before that in order to get the top marks in any writing exam, then you need to include a variety of punctuation. And the dash is one of those pieces of punctuation that you can use that not many people do use nowadays. So we're going to go through how you can use the dash, and then there is an exercise at the end that you can practice. So one thing we need to remember about the dash is that we shouldn't overuse it. Now actually that rule is the same for any piece of punctuation really, apart from the full stop obviously. We shouldn't really overuse any one piece of punctuation in our writing because we want to show the examiner that we can use a variety of different types. The dash itself is often used in informal writing, so if we're asked to write a formal letter, then I wouldn't advise using the dash. So what does this piece of punctuation look like? Well, as you can see on the screen, there are two different dashes. There's the N dash and the M dash. And they're called that because the N dash is the length of a letter N and the M dash is the length of a letter M. And they have two different functions. Now the N dash is used to represent a span or a range of numbers, dates or time. Now we use that instead of having to write every single one of those numbers down. So in this example we've got 1999 to 2004. Now if we didn't use the N dash, then we'd have to write every single year in between those two fixed years. So that's just a really easy way of using a dash within your writing. The M dash is the dash that we probably use more. It's called the M dash again because it's the length of the letter M. And we use it within our writing to indicate a strong interruption. So it might be to emphasise a particular point or idea. We could use brackets, but we can also use dashes. It might be to emphasise a thought from a character. And when we're writing the dash within our piece of written work, we can do it in two ways. Now we can either, in the first instance, not leave a space around it, or if you look at the bottom example, there is a space either side of the M dash. Now, both conventions are perfectly okay to use and they're both correct, but the more modern version is the one at the bottom, to leave a space around the dash. So here we've got dashes used to emphasise a point or idea. So we've got the sentence, the potato famine in Ireland, exacerbated by a ridiculously inactive British government, resulted in the death of thousands of poor people. Now if you look at that example, we could actually use brackets instead of dashes to emphasise that point, but here we've used the M dash to emphasise that it was actually the British government that made the situation much worse in the example of the potato famine in Ireland. And then the second example we've got is the profession of teaching is a true vocation, dedication and spirit being key, and should only be pursued with vigour and enthusiasm. So we've got the main point or idea, dedication and spirit being key, bracketed almost with those M dashes. Okay, and we use the pair of dashes to emphasise those main points or ideas. We can also use the M dash in dialogue, and it shows a pause for thought, or it can add drama. So any creative piece of writing you're writing for control assessment or the exam itself, you could use an M dash to add drama. So here we've got, Katie, do you think you could pass? Oh, never mind, I'll do it myself. So we've got actually a pause for thought. So this character thought, oh, I may as well just do it myself instead of waiting for you, okay? So that M dash shows that pause for thought in that dialogue. And then the second example you've got, I was confident about my science exam until test day. So it's that pause for thought, that extra drama, to add to the point that, oh dear, actually that person isn't very confident because test day came and perhaps they didn't perform as well as they thought they might. So it's adding drama or emphasising a pause for thought in dialogue. So here you've got some exercises. The dashes, the M dashes are missing, and you need to add them in. So if you'd like to pause the video and have a go at that now, I'll be going through the answers in just a moment. So the first example, we've got, Katie, I need your help right now. Oh, I'll just do it myself. It will be quicker. So that's very similar to the example that I gave you before. So again, it's that pause for thought in dialogue, thinking this person may as well just do it themselves because it will be quicker. The second example we've got, the black rhino, listed as critically endangered, can only be found in Africa. So we've almost got the use of brackets here, but we've used the M dash instead, and the most important point is that they're listed as critically endangered. So we've got the pair of M dashes rather to emphasise that point. We've got we didn't think, we were young and foolish about the consequences of our actions. So that dramatic interlude there, we were young and foolish, actually breaks that sentence in two, and it really emphasises the point that perhaps these characters, whoever's discussing it or talking about themselves, they realised that they were really young and foolish and that they hadn't thought at the time. And those dashes really create drama within that sentence. The next example we've got, the animals moved towards us, well, not so much animals but creatures, to establish if we were a threat. They were not of this world. So we've got dashes there to emphasise that they were not animals, again adding drama, and that they were a threat, they were not of this world. So again, it's adding drama and a bit of intrigue, I suppose, to that sentence. You could actually get rid of that third dash and you could put that as a new sentence and just have that they were not of this world, and that would really add great drama because it's a really short, simple sentence at the end, and maybe add an exclamation mark as well to emphasise that point, and then you get 4 pieces of punctuation within that sentence alone. Right, in this final example, there was no other way, or was there? Again, the dash adding drama, okay? So you've got that almost rhetorical question at the end there. So it's a rhetorical question saying, is there another way? So it makes the reader question whether there was another way out, okay? So it's adding drama to the piece, the written piece. And you've always got to think about the effect that your writing will have on the reader, and we can really use punctuation to create certain effects within your writing. So I will be doing another video on the use of hyphens, which can sometimes be confused and mixed up with dashes. So keep an eye on my channel for the video on hyphens. Please do subscribe to my channel and give my videos a thumbs up if you like them. You can follow me on Twitter at Aisha Exams. Tweet me if you have any questions about particularly the AQA GCSE English exam, or any punctuation and grammar questions. And also head over to my website aceyourexams.wordpress.com, and there you can get free downloads and full mark sample answers, and you can also see all my videos. Thanks for listening.